Lysosomes are one of the simpler organelles inside of a cell. Let's first identify it in our typical picture. Here we go, lysosomes. So this is what they look like. Essentially, they're just small spherical organelles. Inside of them, there's proteins, and then they have they have a double membrane like most organelles. So their function is to fuse with other substances or other organelles inside the cell, and then those proteins that are inside of them go combine with the thing that they fused into, and they break down the thing they fused into. So they're sort of like hand grenades of the cell in that they fuse with things and then destroy them. Here's a picture of what one of them looks like. So again, this doesn't actually really show you anything, so I don't know exactly why I'm showing you this, but I'm showing it to you. Here it is. It's a spherical, small little organelle. You can sort of pretend that you can see the double membrane over here, and then there's just a bunch of proteins inside. So again, just to beat a horse into the ground, you got your double membrane action going on. That was a really terrible circle. So double membrane, like most organelles. And then inside of it, you have a bunch of proteins that are able to, that are going to be acting, that are going to fuse with something and then destroy it. Here's another micrograph, electron micrograph of a lysosome actually having fused with part of a mitochondria. So what we got here is originally this thing over here was the lysosome. And originally this thing over here was a mitochondria. Now it's smaller, and as the lysosome fused with it, it's slowly breaking down that mitochondria. So we can sort of try to draw this out. Originally, here's our mitochondria with those folds inside of it. And first, let's imagine that this mitochondria is damaged in some way and needs to get taken out. So what happens is, in comes our lysosome, right? And the lysosome gets closer and closer to the mitochondria, and it actually starts to fuse with the mitochondria. So, whoops, that was a big eraser. So we have to get rid of the membranes, and the membranes will fuse together. And then what will happen is that the contents of that lysosome will go into the mitochondria, and those proteins will start breaking it down slowly, 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 and so eventually they'll completely combine, and it will get broken. The mitochondria will get broken down into its original components of protein. It doesn't just happen with mitochondria; it can happen with any sort of organelle within the cell that is damaged or in some way needs to be replaced or destroyed.